We're counting it down. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Lawnchair Sports Podcast. This is the Snake Pit Sports Network, episode 17. Baby. We're here on the eve of the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
Let's get into it.
Super Bowl Eve, we got Pat Mahomes versus them Eagles, dog.
Eagles, bro.
Jalen Hurts.
You know, I said I was going to root against the Eagles no matter what.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like, there's no way, like, he's an Oklahoma Sooner and he's an Eagle. So most people here are Tech fans and Cowboy fans. Like, how can you root for that motherfucker?
That's true.
It's insane.
Well, it's because I'm a football fan, Roy.
Well, outside of being a Cowboy fan, I can understand rooting for him.
I'm really not rooting for either team, honestly. I just want to see a hell of a game. I feel like that's what we're going to get.
We're going to get a good game. I think Mahomes is healthy as hell.
Yeah.
So.
And he's going against a really good defense. They have a really good defensive line. The Eagles' defensive line is cold, man.
That's a secret time. That's why I think he's going to lose.
Yeah.
They ain't going to beat that defense.
No?
No. I have a...
Deep down inside, you feel like they're going to shut down Kelsey?
If there's one guy in the league who can perform magic, it's Mahomes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he could win, but...
They're going to have a hard time.
Betting, I don't think...
Should be good. What are the odds on the betting? I
know they were favored by 2 points. I don't understand betting that much, but I know they were up 2 points.
Okay.
On the betting, so let's look at this little... picture right here. This is a very, very interesting picture.
So from what I understand, these are the overall statistics for the entire season. The regular season, right? And so what we have here, it says the Chiefs this year.
No, this is all of it. This is all the way up till now. The regular season and playoffs.
Oh, and playoffs. Yeah. Okay. So overall record for the Chiefs, 16-3. Overall record for the Eagles, 16-3. Okay. Total points scored for the Chiefs, 546. Total points scored for the Eagles, 546. Now that's kind of weird.
That's insane.
Script or no, right there. Script or no script.
That's what the comment says. The script though.
yeah, exactly. That's hard right there. Okay, 6 All Pros for both teams, and this is worth noting. We'll get to it later, but this is also known as the Kelsey Bowl.
The Kelsey Bowl, man.
We got the AFC's #1 seed. Yeah, so 6 Pro Bowls and a Kelsey brother.
And their quarterback, too, is All-Pro.
Okay.
So both teams have all-pro quarterbacks and a Kelsey brother, and both teams are the #1 seed in each conference.
Hell yeah. If those you don't know who the Kelsey brothers are, so the more famous Kelsey brother is obviously Travis Kelsey.
The tight end.
He's a tight end for the Chiefs, and he's really, really good.
A key component to why they're so damn good.
Exactly. He's pretty much unstoppable. As close to unstoppable as you can get in the NFL, right?
He's like going to be Gronk level if he continues.
Right. And a lot of people argue he's better than Gronk already.
I think if he wins this one, he will be.
Yeah. So that's really interesting. You know, they had Gronk on the Kelsey Brothers podcast. It's called Newer Heights. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I have a problem listening to Zoom called podcasts. So I don't listen to this. I don't like them. Oh, okay. Just personal preference. I'm sure
but sometimes they have them live in studio.
Dude. Okay, yeah. Well,
they had one with Pat Mahomes. They had him. Well, it was Travis and Pat, and then Jason was streamed over Zoom. But.
So all the Barstool people are at, I guess, from the start of like the Pro Bowl till now. It's just been a party in
Arizona,
Scottsdale, and then Glendale and Tempe, and I was like, dude,
we should have gone.
If I wasn't going to like Vegas in May, I would have gone just to party.
Man, I bet it's insane right now.
Dude, Keenan Ward is out there. He was at a concert with Drake.
Was he really?
It was like a small concert, and Drake was there. I think even Shane Gillis was at the same concert, if I'm not mistaken. Damn. Like, dude, everybody's there. They're filming a whole bunch of content.
Yeah.
When we get into golf, I'm going to ask you about that waste management shit. I don't know. Do you know about that?
I don't.
It's like a really
I know
big
it's a
deal
tournament.
over there.
I know it's a tournament.
It's a fucking huge deal. Like the 16th hole is like what people rush to go see. I don't understand it that much. I don't know if you did, but yeah, dude, it's a party.
Well, I know it's one of the most unique holes in golf. I thought it was the 17th, but
one of those.
They set up a bunch of stands and stuff because it's a par 3, which is a shorter hole.
Yeah, dude. I saw a video of like yesterday morning. It was early, and everybody was lined up, and they let them run, and there was so many people
trying to get into the stands,
get wherever, I guess.
Yeah, I can't imagine what Scottsdale's like right now.
Fucking,
it's gonna be crazy.
Like some of my family lives there, and they're just partying. Like there's just a bunch of free shows and concerts and shit. So I'm like, damn.
But real quick, back to what I was talking about, the Kelsey brothers. You got Travis, who's the more famous of the two, he plays for Kansas City, and his brother's name is Jason Kelsey. He's the center, the guy who snaps the ball for the Eagles, and he's actually the older brother. Huh? Yeah, he's really good. He's an offensive lineman.
Oh, shit. My hands are cold.
And they have a podcast together called Greater Heights, I believe, and it's really entertaining. I highly recommend it.
How long has he been in the league?
Jason Kelsey?
Yeah.
I would think since like 2013, maybe.
That doesn't even say it. Oh, where? Yeah. 2011. He's a veteran.
Okay.
He's been in there for more than 12 years. Yeah, 12 years, 13 years. Yeah, I don't know much about Jason. I know, obviously, if he's been in the league that long, he's pretty good.
He's a jolly, lovable guy. When you watch him on the podcast, he's pretty funny. I was listening to him tell a story earlier about how he used to play wide receiver in high school, I guess as a freshman or something. And he was just talking about how he was a diva. He was saying the most frustrating thing is to be a wide receiver who's open and your quarterback doesn't throw you the ball.
I imagine.
But I think he played running back too.
It's a big dude.
He's huge.
So as a parent, who do you go for?
Oh, man. And that, on the podcast, they were actually, they got their parents on there. Yeah, and they were asking them. And I don't think they said, but that's a tough one. You cannot choose. But
is that just one of those deals where you wear like a jersey that's two ways, like an Eagle and a Chiefs jersey?
I guess mom has to wear one, dad has to wear the other. But
how do you console? Because like losing a Super Bowl is probably the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
That no matter who you are, you're gonna be. That's gotta suck ass, and one of your kids has to lose.
Yep. Can you imagine just being their father? So many fathers, their dream is having their child play a professional sport, any professional sport at any level. And to have two sons playing at the highest level in the biggest game in the world, it's like, holy shit.
Insane, dude.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't know this was the first time brothers have faced off.
Yeah.
Because I know like
it's the first time ever?
In the game, because the coaches, like the Harbros or whatever the fuck their names, they faced each other. But
I was curious because I know that
the brothers...
There's actually twin brothers, the Barber twins.
And Kiki. Yeah, I don't think I saw a stat was like this is the first time two brothers have played each other in the Super Bowl against each other.
That's legit, dude. So this is exciting, man. I don't know how many non-football fans actually tune in for the Super Bowl. I would imagine quite a bit, though, right?
It's one of the biggest.
A lot of people just watch for the commercials.
You know how much a 30-second ad is this year?
100 mil.
No, it's 7 million. Like not to like shit on this, but I heard Mr. Beast talking about he gets more views than the Super Bowl.
I believe it, yeah.
Which is wild, but still, the Super Bowl is like the big.
Mr. Beast.
Everybody watches the Super Bowl.
Did you see the video of Mr. Beast where he cured 1,000 blind people?
I did, yeah.
That was legit.
And everybody was
shout out to Mr. Beast.
And I believe Rihanna's doing the halftime show. That'll be really cool. I'm a big fan of hers.
Yeah, me too. She's a showstopper for sure.
So, yeah, the game's in Phoenix, Arizona. Been to that stadium. It's a cool stadium.
Uh-huh.
So I'm pretty excited to watch a fellow Red Raider.
You going to any Super Bowl parties or anything? You going to be here?
I'm going to be here. They're on one here. It's Dave's birthday tomorrow. So
am I invited?
Yeah, you come.
All right.
I'll be barbecuing and shit. I didn't know if you were going to be doing something because you're always doing something.
Playing golf.
You're doing a golf tournament tomorrow?
We're playing some golf right before the Super Bowl. And there's other places I got invited to go watch it, but...
Yeah, you can come over if you want.
All right.
I probably won't drink today, so I can drink tomorrow.
I respect that.
Who do you think is going to win?
Oh, man. I think that...
Predict the score, predict the winner.
I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win because they have more weapons on offense. And their defense shows up. I mean, the Chiefs don't have the best defense, but they show up in big games. And they have a lot of experience in the Super Bowl. So I would say Chiefs by 2 touchdowns. Patty Pat's going to put on a show. He's the new GOAT. The Eagles are going to have trouble, I think, because basically they have A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith's pretty good, but he's kind of
pretty good.
He's kind of inconsistent. Bart Scott, who's their running back? Miles Sanders? Miles Sanders, he's pretty good.
He did good in fantasy this year.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to really come down to special teams. It's going to come down to field position and field goals.
So how do you feel about the AFC Championship game? The Bengals
and the Chiefs,
make
right?
a bonehead play.
If any of you have been keeping up with this, you know I did not pick the Chiefs to be in the Super Bowl. I thought it was going to be Cincinnati for sure.
Oh, I got one up on you because I said that the Chiefs are going to.
Yep.
Damn.
So
sweet.
that's a tough game because at the end there was a penalty, and I'm not saying it shouldn't have been called because it should have, but it cost them the game.
Shouldn't have
literally
happened.
cost them the game. Yeah, he pushed Pat Mahomes while he was 5 yards out of bounds. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, it was a complete bonehead play, and it led to the field goal being significantly shorter for the Chiefs.
I think it went from like 40 yards to. I mean, it went
Over
from
50.
It went from like a 55-yard field goal to a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah,
which is pretty much cake if you're good.
Yeah, and so yeah, we wanted to touch on that because that explains. Our picks were incorrect. You picked San Francisco to beat.
Who did horrible. Yeah. They just lost it, man.
Their quarterback got injured and they didn't have many options. Yeah.
So
both the quarterbacks got tore up. So yeah, I think a lot of people who consider themselves football fans, they don't consider how important it is to have a really good defensive line, because if you have a defensive line that can rush the quarterback, it changes everything. It helps the secondary out a lot, so you can get away with a lot in the secondary. And you beat up the quarterback after, 3 quarters, it really starts to pay off. So we'll see. Pat really doesn't get sacked a lot. Pat's really good at escaping the pocket, throwing the ball away. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Eagles' defensive line contain him or don't contain him.
If he can get outside of that and have some time to throw.
He's had 2 weeks to heal up now.
Yeah.
Which he was looking good, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't really know who's going to win, but if Mahomes can be mobile and not get sacked and kind of do what he does and take some time away from what they normally do, he can throw the ball anywhere and somebody's going to fucking catch it. So
I'm going to say 35-20 Chiefs.
I was going to say 35-31 Chiefs.
Okay.
I still want to give credit to the Eagles offense. It's pretty good. And because the Chiefs defense isn't that good. As good as their offense.
Yeah.
But I think Mahomes gets his second ring.
Mm-hmm.
I hope anyways. I'm not rooting for the Eagles in the slide. I'm rooting for the Chiefs, obviously.
You picked against the Eagles for the last 6 weeks, I think.
But yeah, even if they weren't playing the Eagles, it would still be
Chiefs
Mahomes.
all the way, yeah.
I
understand it. I understand it.
I guess I'm a Chiefs fan now.
For sure.
Because, I like Andy Reid too. He's good.
Yeah, the Chiefs, they've come on quite a bit. Once that running back got going, Isaiah Pacheco, he's a freshman. He's a rookie. And he really changed things up for them, because before they had Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he wasn't very good. So now they got a big, fast running back, and it opens things up for them. I think they can handle the Eagles.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game to watch tomorrow when this episode drops. That is Super Bowl. What Super Bowl is this?
Super Bowl 66.
I think that's Super Bowl LV2. I think that's 50.
LV2.
62, 52.
Super Bowl LV2.
57, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's Super Bowl LV2, yeah. Do the math yourself.
Whatever. 57. It's Super Bowl 57.
Okay.
One day we got to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This
would have been a good one to go to.
This would have been the great one to go to.
I've always wanted to go to Scottsdale, but the Super Bowl is actually in Phoenix, right?
It's in Glendale, but it's like right next to Phoenix. My uncle lives right there. It's really cool.
Yeah,
like a 10-minute drive from the stadium.
What?
Yeah, dude. I think the cheapest ticket, like in the nosebleeds, was like $4,000.
Jeez, but even just going just to hang out,
tailgating and shit.
Yeah, tailgate. Go party.
That fucking
go to concerts.
Shit that would be happening there. Fuck, dude. I don't know. One day we'll be going there.
Time. We should check it out. What else we got to talk about? That's the Super Bowl.
You wanted to talk about Brett Farve.
Oh, yeah. So a little bit of controversy in sports.
I know he actually tried to sue Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee. I know we didn't want to talk about that, but
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
But he's also seeking dismissal from his case about the welfare fraud.
Oh, okay.
As of today. But he did sue he did sue Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Defamation lawsuit.
So there's not a whole lot of people in sports media that I especially like. And I say that because I actually like these two guys that he's trying to sue.
You like Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, I like Shannon Sharp.
Unc Sharp?
Yeah, he tells it like it is. And I like Pat McAfee too. If you don't know who Pat McAfee is, check him out. He's got a really good show on YouTube. I guess it's a podcast, right?
Thanks to the goodness of all this, they both have 2 shows, Shannon Sharp and McAfee. But Pat McAfee, the Pat McAfee shows that I think would be a little bit better. It's really cool. I like his YouTube content and his sports content he does.
Yeah.
More than Shannon Sharp's, but yeah, they both.
I just like Sharp. I liked him as a player when he played for the Denver Broncos. He was really good. He wasn't so good when he played for the Ravens, but he was one of the best tight ends ever. And he's just very opinionated. I agree with him most of the time. He's a super fan of
somebody we're about to talk about.
Okay.
So, but Farve did file a lawsuit against both of these men. I think another one too.
I guess what we're witnessing here is Brett Favre's fall from grace, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a while back, and he was trying to steal money from, or he was taking money from what should have been welfare,
Mississippi,
and building like sports complexes. Just so happens to be where his kids are going to school.
Yeah.
Which, people do that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think people realize, but like I don't know about where they get the money.
Right.
But the fact that is for welfare.
A welfare program.
Shit that should probably go to that.
Yeah.
It's like, and he's rich. Like, I don't understand why he just doesn't.
He's looking really bad, man. And then coming out and trying to sue these two guys who everybody loves. It's like,
I think McAfee was like, bring it on. I'll see you in court.
Yeah.
So I don't see, like, I don't understand why. I don't understand law, so I don't understand what this is about. Like, you can talk about these people, right? Like,
it's freedom of speech, I thought.
Because it's weird, because there is some, like...
whenever they say things and then on a podcast or wherever, and then you have to follow it by saying allegedly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I suppose that they didn't say allegedly and they just made accusations.
Which I understand, though, because they played against him. Mm-hmm. And they know him more than anybody, probably.
That's true. 2 ex-players. I forget McAfee's an ex-player.
He's a punter. Or he was a punter for the Colts.
He was a punter, and he would hit people too. Go watch his highlights.
He's fucking cool. And so that's what I mean. Like, if this is defamation, then what we're doing is defamation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Hell no, don't be doing that shit.
I'm going to get sued by Mark Adams.
That is exactly what I was thinking. Like, Mark Adams, just like, why don't you just tell
I regretted making that video after I did that. I don't know why.
I knew you would. Whatever.
You knew I would?
Nothing happened from it.
I don't think anyone appreciated it either as much as they should have.
No, they didn't. Because they probably were scared, like, this isn't shit that's
you like the part that said it's biblical?
Yeah, whatever. But, Brett Favre, I used to like you.
Yeah, fuck Brett Favre now. Yeah. Sorry to say that.
So, if you want to sue me, go ahead, brother. I ain't got no money for you to have anyway, so go ahead and sue me. What are you going to take from me?
All right, so who's Shannon Sharp's favorite person? Deion Sanders, Coach Prime?
Hold on, let's talk about the NFL before we get into that. So we have one more NFL news.
Okay.
Fellow Red Raider, first Red Raider ever inducted in the Hall of Fame, Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas. Yeah, Zach Thomas. Congratulations, Zach Thomas.
You deserved it.
Dude, and remember whenever you asked me who was the best athlete to ever play at Texas Tech?
You should have said it.
It arguably is Zach Thomas, who had a long, illustrious professional career with the Miami Dolphins. He was a linebacker. He's only like 5'10", maybe 230 pounds.
Yeah, I didn't think he was. I knew he was good in the NFL. I didn't know he was that good.
He was a beast. I actually met him in person one time.
Is he a big dude?
Yeah, he was. He's not that big. So,
like muscle.
He married, or no. Do you remember a defensive lineman that played for the Dolphins? He was a defensive end. His name was Jason Taylor. Big, tall, black guy.
I know you're talking about.
Bald.
Yeah.
So he actually married Zach Thomas's sister. So they're brother-in-laws.
Oh, okay.
And back in like 1999, maybe the year 2000, remember the Furs that used to be right across from Jones Stadium? There was a Furs buffet. There was like a strip.
I think that's a little bit before my time.
Yeah. You might have not even been born yet. And Roy was just a little niño. And anyway, we were eating at Furs cafeteria, and Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor were right behind us, and they ended up meeting them, and they're really, really cool guys.
He has like a gym here. Zach Thomas. He has like
Zach's Club.
Yeah, he's got a few gyms here. He's from Pampa, Texas.
He played middle linebacker in the NFL.
And then he went to the Texas Tech Red Raiders in 92 to 95. Drafted in 96 in the 5th round. Played for the Dolphins, the Cowboys, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I forgot he played for the Cowboys.
But he was only a practice squad member on the Chiefs. He played 1 year in the Cowboys. 7-time Pro Bowler. I don't know if he ever won a Super Bowl.
Probably the best NFL career of a Red Raider, right? Besides Pat.
Besides the guy who's about to make the bigger, he that's why I'm like, it's him and
he's a good guy.
Mahomes.
I really like Zach Thomas.
Wes Welker played with him a little bit. Wes Welker's another good athlete from.
Oh, that's true.
From
Amendola.
Amendola.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but congratulations to our fellow Red Raider.
Hell yeah, that's legit. Dude.
I think this was his last year in the ballot, so thank God he got in. Everybody was like, "Why not?" And then he's in. I think another guy got in, but who cares? He's not a Red Raider.
Dude, that's legit.
Congrats to you, though.
Congrats.
You're in Canton, Ohio, forever, my friend.
Well deserved.
So we have to talk about this. I know we don't talk about it a lot, but in the NBA,
there's some trades going on.
No. LeBron James.
You
have to give credit where credit due. The king takes his crown. Number one all-time scorer. I was watching that live.
Congrats to LeBron.
Congrats. I have mixed feelings about you, but you're clearly, I still don't think you're the GOAT, but you are the GOAT.
At least in this era, he's
Shannon
dominant.
Sharp's favorite player is LeBron James. He was courtside for all that. And
nice.
It was really cool to see, like, so I don't know if you saw the picture when he shot the shot. Like, you could see the crowd.
With all their phones out?
Except for, like, two people.
Yeah.
One of them was this old man, and that was the man who signed him 20 years ago to Nike.
Nice.
That was really cool. He was just watching. I'm like, dude. I got a little emotional.
I remember LeBron was like in 8th grade hearing about him.
Yeah.
Seeing him on the cover of Sports Illustrated shortly after that.
The high school team.
Yeah, I was a big fan.
Yeah, More Than a Game, I think that's what it's called. So he sits on top of
the all-time scoring record.
It's interesting to look at this list.
That was formerly held by
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was at the game, passed the crown.
He did not look happy.
He did not look happy. I thought about that. Like, what would, like, you were sitting comfortably above everybody else for a long time. I think it was like 20 years.
Karl Malone.
Since the 80s. No, I'm lying. That's like 40 years. Kobe 4, Michael's 5. I didn't know this. Dirk sits at number 6.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Shaq 8. I didn't know Carmelo's 9.
Wow, Carmelo's top 10.
And then Moses Malone. So
is that Karl Malone's dad?
I think so. Yeah. I think
what a dope name, Moses Malone.
Karl Malone. Dude, look into his history. It's horrible.
Who?
Karl Malone. He got like a 14-year-old girl pregnant.
Well,
yeah.
I remember watching him play against Jordan back in the
I didn't
90s.
know he could score like that, dude.
He was good.
If it wasn't for Jordan, he would have been like the motherfucker in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
He did a bunch of people like that. A lot of people were good in the 90s, but overshadowed by Jordan.
That's true.
So the closest person on
Kevin
the list
Durant's climbing that list.
That's who I was going to mention. The most active person on this list is
and it's
Kevin.
worth mentioning that he was recently traded, right?
To the Phoenix Suns.
Yep.
I think they'll be good. Chris Paul and Booker.
Yeah, they're going to be really good.
They're going to be really good. I don't really know.
I might start watching NBA. I like LaMelo Ball. Have you seen him?
I like him too. I like that family. I
like watching them play.
Yeah, it's pretty much like I just watch it when the playoffs hit.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to watch the finals. It'd be pretty cool to attend. It'd be pretty cool to attend one of those things.
That's true. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going live and seeing it.
Hold on,
it would be cool to watch.
Screen back on. I don't know what happened with the screen.
What else we got?
We have. You want to talk about some other basketball news? It's controversial.
Controversial basketball news.
New Mexico men's basketball team. You heard about this?
No. Sounds good though.
Their season has been suspended. Can you guess why?
The Lobos have been suspended.
The men's basketball game season has been suspended.
Sexual assault cases?
Hazing.
Oh, wow.
Shutdown sparked by hazing allegations within the program. I just learned about this last night.
Interesting.
So the coaches they've been, without pay, dismissed.
So this is New Mexico State? This is not the Lobos?
New Mexico State. Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Their men's basketball program has been suspended for the season amid hazing allegations.
What did they do?
I don't understand. I don't know. I think it's been pretty private, but I'm guessing in order for it to be a big deal, something had to have happened bad.
Yeah.
Because isn't that shit happening all the time? Like hazing?
Yeah. Hazing, yeah.
They must have like stuck something up somebody's butt or something.
Yeah, they must have done some nasty white boy shit, probably.
So I didn't know if you had heard about this.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't. Yeah.
Let's see.
Who knows what kind of stuff goes on, man?
Late last year.
Did you ever watch Blue Mountain State?
No, man, I didn't watch it.
That's a pretty funny show. I haven't watched it in a while, but back in the day, that was pretty good. Blue Mountain State.
And some shit like that.
Yeah, it was basically like Varsity Blues, but a college version of it.
Nice.
It was good.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. I'm interested to see where they cross the line to make it illegal.
Did you hear about all these coaches getting fired and arrested and shit?
For what?
For Wichita Falls. I guess some board members got arrested for covering up sexual assault allegations against a basketball coach.
And basketball?
Yep. Wichita Falls High School.
I was in high school?
Yeah. And then just go to news, probably.
Let's see if it's like in the...
Or go to the top. Go to the top. And go to the news. Yeah. Oh, wow. None of it's in there.
It's being covered up on the news, too.
Yeah, they're covering it up. There it is. Court document.
This was 3 days ago?
Yeah, why is it way down there, huh?
Yeah.
City View ISD, Wichita Falls City View.
Court document shed light on City View. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Several current and previous administrators turned themselves into Wichita jail.
Assistant superintendent got arrested. High school principal got arrested.
So they were all charged with professional failure to make a required child abuse report.
Yep. So
this is high school?
Yeah, it's high school.
So a kid probably was...
Multiple incidents over 8-year span.
I'm assuming this is all happening... allegedly. I'm assuming the stars in the football team probably did something.
I think it was basketball. I think it was
stars in the program. I think
it was a coach. I think it was a coach having an indecent relationship with players.
And they were not, and everybody was trying to report it, but nobody wanted to because they're good.
Get this. They start coming out against the coach on social media. 2 days later, he killed himself. Yeah, keep reading the article.
That should happen like close to this area too, man.
Yeah, that's not that far from here.
4 female students over the span of 8 years.
Yep.
So teacher-coach relationship. Probably. Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. He was creeping on these young girls. There's a lot of this shit around here.
That's what I'm saying. This happened recently where he put a camera in the locker room.
Yeah.
And they accidentally took it and everybody was like, what is this?
Oh,
because it was disguised as a speaker.
What school was that?
It's right down the road. I can't think of it. I don't want to make any.
Was it Tahoka?
It was around that area,
okay.
But they arrested the guy, or they were gonna arrest him. He killed himself. Same shit.
Yeah,
dude,
that's fucked up.
It's disgusting.
But yeah, it got dark. Sorry, I mean,
it's news in Wichita County. That's close to Lubbock.
Yeah,
that's just sad that they didn't report on it. Like they were hiding it.
Yeah, and it's interesting that there was that many of them together hiding it. That's horrible.
So this is like 2014 to 2015 and then 2017 to 2018. They reached out to school officials about the allegations and nobody did anything. And then even like the news now, you got to fucking find it. You can't even find it now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what the fuck?
They're trying to cover it up.
I mean, that's disgusting.
But yeah, they're going to get what they deserve.
Yeah, they were all arrested. So it's good that that's a law. Like if you don't report it, you can get in trouble.
Can you imagine how much of that shit was going on like back in the 70s and 80s? God.
That's what I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Creepy ass teachers. Somebody was telling us a story about a teacher who would spank all the girls. Oh yeah, it was my wife's aunt. She was telling us a story. She said,
not funny, I'm sorry.
This coach had this thing every day where at the end of class, everybody had to wad up a piece of paper and try to shoot it into the trash can. And if you missed, then you got spanked.
By a dude coach?
By a dude coach. And
he was spanking difference.
He was spanking everybody's kids.
Freak.
In class. Yeah, he ended up getting fired a couple years later. After he spanked a lot of asses.
You hear a lot about this and all they do is fire them. They don't get arrested. That's fucking insane, dude.
For sure.
It's disgusting. So I don't even know how you prevent that. Even like the hazing.
Right.
How do you prevent all this?
I mean, with hazing, kids will be kids, but whenever there are adults who are responsible for the kids,
you gotta understand. Like, I'm just making an assumption here. Like, if they were to haze me or you, it would be different than like maybe some other kids. Like, I don't want that. That's what I'm like. Oh, where do you draw the line? Because they could probably get away with a lot hazing me and you, and then there's some other kid who doesn't want that.
Yeah,
which I respect and I understand. And then he gets it. Then you get in trouble.
Yeah, and where it really changes your perspective is when you have kids, and then you think about somebody trying to influence your child or make them
touching them,
do something that they don't want to just to gain acceptance. It's like, no.
Yeah, it is. But this is college level too, though,
right?
Which is wild. It's
even then, I would still care. Even then, oh yeah, it's different. But I mean, as a parent, you'd still be very upset.
Yeah,
especially.
Obviously, yeah, I get it.
Well, you know what? Also, it could be. A lot of times, it's like chug this bottle of vodka, doing shit that's dangerous. So
somebody must have really got hurt.
It must have been something like that. Alcohol poisoning, usually, with these incidents.
But so we can talk about two other things before we leave. I know UFC 284. We'll talk about that at the end.
Okay.
The World Baseball Classic is about to be upon us.
Tell me what this is. I have no clue.
It's basically
World Baseball Classic.
The Olympics.
The Olympics of baseball?
It's the Olympics of baseball.
Did they get
You
paid?
go to your country.
So all these guys in the U.S. who are from other countries go back to their home country and play for them? What about
but
Darvish?
I think the games are here.
Darvish, he's Japanese?
Japanese, man. So the Dominican Republic is stacked.
I bet they are.
Stacked with just motherfuckers. Let's see. I'll look at the rosters. I know I didn't know some of these people were Jewish. Like, is it because Israeli has a team?
8 Phillies to participate.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
So how do they figure out who gets to be on the U.S. team?
That's kind of a weird thing because I saw where like one of the guys who played on the U.S. team back like in 2017, he's now going to Puerto Rico. So I don't understand like how they do the rostering, but I'm assuming obviously if you're born in that country, you can go play.
Yeah.
But I think if your parents were born there or they came from there, you can go. You know, we were talking about Yelich because his granddad was from Japan, and he was like, "Should I go play with Japan?"
Oh yeah.
I don't know where the roster is at, but I do know. So we have Taiwan, Chinese Taipei, Netherlands. I didn't even know they had Xander Bogaerts. I didn't know he was from the Netherlands. He's a good player. Cuba, they're fucking good.
Stacked, I bet.
Pretty good. Italy, whatever. Panama, these Latin American countries, they got they all come here and play. Japan's looking pretty good. So outside of America, I'm rooting for Mexico and Japan.
Okay.
You got Darvish and Shohei, one of the best players in the MLB. Then we have Korea. They're pretty fucking good too. I would love to go to like Japan and watch a game one day.
Dude, that would be nuts.
Played like that. So we'll see. Czech Republic. Again, I didn't know that was. See, Phoenix, Arizona. Damn, they're getting all the fucking.
All the action play begins on
USA.
March 11th,
USA probably do all right. I think Mexico's got a really good because this guy right here, Julio Urias. He's a fucker.
Beast?
He's a fucker, man. So
how many other good players do they have?
They got a bunch of good players
that play in the MLB.
Yeah, man. So, I do think.
Does the United States usually dominate this?
No, they played in the championship last time, but I think it was
DR?
Puerto Rico or Dominican.
Puerto Rico, yeah. Because
Puerto Rico's got Javi Baez. Look at that, Francisco Lindor, Edwin Diaz. Come on, man. Yadier Molina, but he'll be managing, I guess.
Oh, okay.
In Venezuela, they got this is the team right here, man. Nelson Cruz, Rafael Devers, Manny Machado, Julio Olympics. Rodriguez, Vladimir Guerrero, Juan Soto. Man, these guys, I'm probably gonna
they're stacked.
They're probably gonna win, but look out for America, Mexico, and Japan, who I'll be rooting for.
Sandy Alcantara.
This was interesting. Israel. I didn't know. Ian Kinsler. I knew he was a Jewish fella. Doc Peterson, he plays for the Giants. He's going over there. So you guys look out for the World Baseball Classic. It's pretty cool. It's right before the season starts.
How long have they been doing that?
I think for a few years now. I think it's every so often. It's basically the Olympics.
Oh, okay. So it's not every year.
No.
Okay.
Every 6 years, maybe every 4 years.
It's been going on for
6 years
for 10 years or longer.
This is the first time in 6 years. So I know because they go back and forth with like playing in the Olympics and then playing this.
Okay.
So it's just fun to watch. It's fun to see who's from where.
Sweet.
And then it's fun to see how many Americans aren't as good as the rest of the fucking world.
Yeah.
But there's some good people. Mike Trout, the best.
You get to see the color.
I think Mike Trout's the best player in the league, and possibly of all time. So he's American.
Sweet.
So we'll see how that goes.
So
And it's right here.
now we got UFC
284.
284. And this one's unique because for the first time, maybe ever, I believe, you have the number 1 pound for pound fighter versus the number 2 pound for pound fighter.
Yeah, I wanted to show you this.
Which is
this stat right here.
Alexander Volkanovski. He's the UFC featherweight champ. That's 145 pounds. He's the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the UFC, which I agree with. 15 career wins by finish, 12 fight win streak in the UFC.
So these stats are pretty similar to the Chiefs and the fucking Eagles. Like,
yeah.
So Islam is a UFC lightweight champ. Volkanovski is a featherweight champ.
10-pound difference there.
So then Islam is number 2 pound for pound. Volkanovski is number 1. 1 loss in the MMA. Both of them only have 1 loss in their MMA career. I saw Islam's loss just recently. I didn't know he could get knocked out.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah.
15 career wins by finish for both of them. Islam has an 11 win fight streak, 11 fight win streak, and then Volkanovski has 12.
Yep.
And they've both beat a former UFC champ in their last fight. So it's perfect.
Yeah, and if you could see the visual here, if you can't see the visual,
get on YouTube.
There's a significant height difference, right? So Islam Makhachev, he's a big guy. He's a big guy for 155-pound weight class. What these guys do is they cut down a lot of weight before the actual fight. So on a regular day,
Mateo was telling me about this.
Islam Makhachev probably walks around at like 190 pounds.
Damn.
Easy. Yeah.
Because I saw the weigh-ins. One was 155 and the other was 154.6.
Yeah. And so Alexander Volkanovski, he probably normally walks around at about 170.
Ooh.
So it's about a 20-pound weight difference and about a 5-inch height difference.
Yeah, look at it.
One thing that's worth noting is that Volkanovski has a really long reach for a short guy.
His nose is at his chin.
He's my size. He's 5'7", but his reach is like 71.5, which is pretty good for a short guy.
Who do you think is going to win?
If I was betting money on this, you have to go with Islam Makhachev simply because he's the champion in a whole other weight class above this guy. So although the pound for pound rankings, he's 1 rank higher, it's all just a wash when you get to the top 3 pound for pound because it's all weight classes, all skills. But it's going to be a really good fight. Islam's going to push him up against the cage, take him down, and Khabib him the whole time, I believe.
That's tonight.
Islam by submission round 2.
Damn. I have no idea, but I don't want Islam to win.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, I like Volkanovski. I would like him to win, but...
Is it true he can punch like crazy?
Volkanovski?
Yeah.
I'm sure. They said he used to weigh like 250 pounds. So he's a big guy in a little guy's body.
So they weighed in yesterday.
No, I'm saying he used to weigh
I know,
before he started fighting.
I'm saying though, like they weighed in at 155 yesterday, and now they're going to be back 40 pounds.
190 and 170.
They're going to get all that weight back in one day, like that 40 pounds and that 20 pound.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's so fucking insane.
Yeah, water weight.
Oh, well, that'll be a fun fight.
Well, I bet Makhachev, he probably started his weight cut closer to 180.
Yeah, Mateo was explaining this to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like Rogan said, the sanction cheating.
And the Mateo that Roy's referring to is...
Mighty Mateo, man.
Mighty
He's
Mateo
fighting tonight.
Gonzalez.
He's fighting tonight on a thing sponsored by OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where you can get it. I can put the link in here, but...
Yeah, let me find it real quick.
You can go...
Roy's going to work to get that released? Come on, Roy.
Should I?
Yes.
Put two out tonight?
You really should. You really should.
It's ready to go. I just got to finish it up.
You can watch Mateo fight at peakfighting.com.
There it is.
Peak Fighting. He's a local fighter here in Lubbock, and he has a legitimate shot
He's a professional.
of making it to the UFC. Yeah.
This is a professional fight.
Yeah, professional fight.
He's 3-1.
Roy had him as a guest on the podcast, and hopefully Roy will release that tonight so we can see what Mateo's about before we get to actually watch him fight.
Yeah. Yeah, he's coming off of a loss, so we'll see.
Yeah.
That was his first loss, so it'll be interesting to see.
Usually people get a lot better.
Yeah, I believe it. I just don't know who the other guy is.
He's fighting an Australian, so you know he's going to be tough.
That dude looks fucking...
He's going to be tough.
Fucking nasty.
He does. It's going to be a scrap.
Yeah, this has been Lawnchair. Episode 17.
Yes, sir. Episode 17.
Everything we say here is allegedly.
Yeah, it's
Just
a
to
legend.
clarify.
Don't sue us.
There's no facts.
Oh, yeah. We got the Texas Tech Lady Raiders, Texas Tech Red Raiders playing.
Damn, that's a sweet shirt.
So guns up all day.
Yes, sir.
Go
Shout
Tech.
out to Mahomes and Zach Thomas, representing the West Texas really well.
Good day to be a Red Raider, folks.
Shout out to the American baseball team. Obviously, I'm going for them, but Mexico too. You know what? Shout out to you, LeBron, for breaking the goddamn record, dude. And Islam, I hope you lose. We'll see y'all.